Huh?
Happy ending feeling massage.
You it's too big for you, you know?
The women be living here. What does that indicate to you?
They may be trafficked. Yeah, they may not be here on their own volition. They may be forced to be here.
Let's chat about something that's a little bit cheeky, shall we? Have you guys ever heard of happy ending massages? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, don't worry. Massage parlors are supposed to be all about relaxing. You go in with a stiff neck and you leave feeling like you're floating on air. But some sketchy places, massage parlors, some of them, let's just say they offer a whole different kind of relief. They have literally turned after hours into happy hours, but there is truly a twist in that. I'm just gonna assume that a lot of y'all know that massages have been around forever, and they're usually about making you feel good in the healthy way. Get rid of the knots on your back, de-stress you from work, maybe even take a little nap on the table while somebody is working out the kinks of your back. It's supposed to be simple, therapeutic, and nothing more than that. But of course, because humans can't leave anything alone, some massage parlors have decided to spice things up. What started as a nice, relaxing rub down turned into a full-on experience, if you catch my drift. It's not like they were advertising it on billboards. These extras or extra services, happy endings, were more of a well-kept secret until, well, they weren't. Now let's talk about what happens when the sun goes down. By day, these places are all business, strictly business. Relaxation, essential oils, the works. But after hours, that's when things get a little more intimate. It's very similar to those speakeasies that we saw back in the day, and fun fact, some of them still exist. So by day, it's just a regular spot, but if you hang around after hours, know the secret knock, and maybe throw in some extra cash, the door's open to a whole different experience. And thanks to the internet, finding these places is easier than finding a cat video online. Reviews, forums, and entire websites are out there mapping out where to go, what to ask. Suddenly, the idea of a massage has a whole different meaning. As you may imagine, this whole happy ending business has really messed up the way people think about regular business-oriented massage parlors. Like the next time someone says they're going for a massage, you can't help but wonder, a real massage or... It's pretty much become a bit of a running joke, but honestly, it's kind of unfair. Legit massage therapists are out there just trying to do their job, helping people feel better, working out those knots, and now they have to deal with the stigma. And let's not even get into the darker side of these things. Exploitation, trafficking, you name it. Suddenly that happy ending, yeah, it doesn't seem so happy anymore, innit?
This young woman, who we'll call Lily, is sadly typical of thousands working in San Francisco's massage parlors.
Thank you.
You live in El Monte, California?
Yes.
That's in Southern California.
Yes.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Where do you live? When you go home tonight, where are you going to go?
Lily can't provide her address, a typical indication that she may very likely be living right here in the massage parlor.
So, Ed, what does this look like to you?
It's like they're living here.
Why would the women be living here? What does that indicate to you?
They may be trafficked. Yeah, they may not be here on their own volition. They may be forced to be here.
Anti-trafficking advocate Andrea Powell says many of the women who work in illegal massage parlors are actually victims of a bait-and-switch scheme that turns American dreams into a nightmare.
So our typical victim from a foreign country is approached by someone they know who says, I can offer you a job, you can work in this restaurant. They get over here and they're told, you know what, actually, we paid a lot of money to bring you over here and you're going to pay it back, and the only way you're going to pay it back is involved in prostitution.
This young Korean woman agrees to speak with me, but she appears to grow ever more confused and reluctant to answer even the simplest of questions.
Do you know where you live in the city? You don't know where you live. You don't know where you live. But you don't sleep here. Is it enjoyable work?
For every young lady who we've worked with, from Southeast Asian countries, China, Thailand, South Korea, there is a culture of pleasing, and there is a sense of debt.
I'm so sorry. First time, please.
That's okay. You don't have to be sorry.
Some of the young women who we've worked with have said, I wanted to leave, but if I left, how would I ever pay back this money, and my family's honor would be shamed forever. And so the girls are fully trapped and they don't speak English. People are watching them at all times. And the only interaction they have with anyone who's not a trafficker are the men who are raping them.
Please take note that this is not happening with all massage parlors. However, it does get you thinking a little deeper on what really happens in these places, especially after hours. And also, not to take away from this subject, but this was not surprising to me because there is a lot of stories about trafficking, and a lot of people, when you hear trafficking, you're thinking that somebody is taken, held hostage. Some of them are right in your faces. Some of them are at the mall asking you for money. Some of them are at massage parlors. Some of them are cleaning for you. You really never know. And this is like another deep dive. I can probably do another day. It is a lot. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comment section below and we will break down everything, especially when it comes to Dubai. Now, before you think this could never happen to me, I can't fall for these massage parlors. We're going to look into these stories where it kind of happened to them accidentally. And yeah, it's kind of disturbing, so let's check it out.
Today, I went to get a massage, not knowing I was going to a happy endings massage. Let's talk about it. First off, I booked it at 9 p.m. They answered the phone at 9 p.m., which should have been a red flag, but I continued. I pull up, it doesn't look great, but hey, whatever. So I walk in, there are no doors, only curtains, which I'm a little nervous about. I definitely got hidden video camera vibes, so I even looked around for cameras and proceeded with the massage, which again, come on. Now, if you've ever gotten a massage, you know they always tell you to get undressed to your comfort level. So I always leave my underwear on. So I left my underwear on, laid down. She comes in and really quickly rips my underwear down to my knees. And I was like, what's happening? Very uncomfortable. But to make matters worse, she folds back the sheet that's already very small. So I am completely exposed, booty up. I freeze in this instance, I'm not gonna lie. I am absolutely confused. Like, I don't want to be rude if this is normal. She then sits on my thighs. I reach down and pull my underwear back up and I was like, no thank you. Just my shoulders, please. The poor woman was very confused as to why I was not into this. The massage was great once we established our boundaries. I will say that I did not know you could search the internet for a list of these places to avoid them, because I will say the happy ending for me was leaving, and the not so happy ending was realizing that they were on that website and that I had indeed booked myself a happy ending massage.
Now, some of y'all may have spotted some red flags in the beginning. One thing she did mention is that she went in at 9 p.m. and for some, it may ring a bell. For others, it may not, because some massage parlors are 24 hours and people have different shifts that they work. So 9 p.m. might sound crazy to you, but it definitely doesn't sound to somebody that works a mid shift or an evening shift, whatever the case is, or an early morning shift. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
So this place right here, one day I went to get a massage, everything was all good. The vibe was a little weird, but I was like, whatever, I need this cheap massage. That's what I get. That's why I went wrong. I got in there, long story short, massage was going great. She told me to flip on my back, and then she proceeded to grab my private area, and she grabbed my private area, and I jumped up and I said, what are you doing? She's like, no. I say, no, I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here for that. So I'm in shock because she grabbed, and the way she grabbed it, she took a handful and just pulled it, and I popped up and I said, ma'am, excuse me, why would you grab me like that? I ain't come in here for that. And she got nervous, and long story short, I left and I was in shock, and I ain't been right since.
Now, I'm only going to say this because I did go down his comment section and a lot of people were laughing. A lot of women were actually laughing, saying things such as, you should be okay with this. You're a guy. Like, why are you tripping? Some of them were saying things along the lines like, you fumbled the bag, whatever the case is. And I don't think a lot of people are aware as much as they should that men can also get sexually assaulted. It's a thing, and it's nothing for them to be ashamed of, but it's something that we should be informed about. It's unfortunate because it's not talked about enough. He was in the comment section trying to defend the experience that he had because people, especially women, were laughing at him. If you guys didn't know, get a grip, touch grass, realize that things like this can happen to men and they may not be comfortable with it. Just because they're a male doesn't mean they're going to be comfortable. I know it may be a shocker to some of y'all, but please educate yourself. Yo, I'm just like, going down this man's comment section was so freaking upsetting. And then people wonder why men don't come on camera and talk about their experiences, because women in particular are probably going to laugh at them and not believe them and think they're less of a man because they didn't want a stranger touching them without consent.
Baby, let me just tell you about this happy sunny massage, okay? Okay, so don't mind me, I just got done, but I'm a frequent flyer when it comes to getting a massage. And this experience, so she started off good, you know, she rubbing me down. She pulls my panties down, just, you know, like, you know, got this much of my crack showing. Which is not unusual because, you know, I went and got one like last week, and the guy that did it, you know, he was just all up in there. But, so she's doing her thing or whatever, and, you know, she starts to pull him down more. So now half of my butt is out. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, this is new for me. She's working her way. She comes back up. She basically straddles the back of my head. All I feel is her little thighs in between my ears. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, no, ma'am, you on my head. So she continues, you know, she moves or whatever. She continues to do her thing or whatever. Then she goes to my feet, spread me open, and climb up. And then she's just, you know, rubbing. She pulls my panties down. Now my whole ass is exposed, okay? Violated, okay? I'm like, but it's a massage. So I'm like, okay, full body. She's doing her thing. This where it gets a little happy ending. She's going. And now my butt cheeks are starting to spread open. And I'm just like, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable now. Like, hold up now. I done got massaged, but now now you just all up in there, girl. Like, there is nothing in there for you. I'm over here trying to squeeze my booty cheeks together. And I'm just like, okay, you know. So she stops, and now she's working on my lower bottom, my lower legs and stuff. So she like pulls the cover up and cover my back now, and now, like, you know, my bottom just is exposed. And she just pulls my panties. I got regular like panties on. She pulls them and makes them into a thong. I'm like, if this ain't a happy ending experience, I don't know what is. That's my story.
My ex was addicted to happy ending massage parlors, which was actually the reason we broke up, when he cheated on me at a happy ending massage parlor. But you know, so we were broken up, and we were essentially like friends with benefits at this point. And he was still going to these, well, obviously he was still going to these happy ending massage parlors, but now he was going to them openly and talking about it. Well, little old me, I thought I can just go get a happy ending and see what all the fuss is about, you know. And I was like looking it up, and it just seemed weird if I went in there and was like requesting a happy ending from like this poor like female worker that is not about that. So I was looking at other means to achieve that. Anyways, if you've ever been on Locanto, you can get anything you want on Locanto, and there I located a male masseuse who was offering happy ending services for women. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. It was nerve-wracking, but I freaking drove to his house and I did that. So the first thing that I will say about this is that when I finished, like, I don't know, I almost felt like it would be rude to make a lot of noise when I finished, because obviously this isn't like a sexual thing, like he's doing his job. So I just thought I'll just be quiet about it. And yes, men, we can do that, we can be quiet about it. So I just be quiet about it, and he didn't know that I had finished. And then he was honestly kind of rude about it, like, oh, did you? I didn't know, I usually know. Ugh, typical man. So that the end of it ruined it, but like up until that point I was having a great time. And of course, when my ex came over again, I felt like I should tell him about my experience since he's such an expert in it. And he was like, that's really weird. But it wasn't weird when you were doing it, when we were in a relationship. So I digress. Anyways, would I recommend this experience to other women? I guess, like, to begin with, it was quite relaxing. I had a great time. I had a great ending. But then after the ending, it got weird. So I don't know if I would.
You let me know what you guys think of those last two videos. I personally would not do anything just to get my lick back, especially going to a happy ending massage. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Now, you'd think law enforcement would step in and sort all of this out, but no, it is not as simple as it sounds. These places operate in a little gray zone, if I must say. They're pretty much like those people who drive exactly the speed limit, but somehow manage to get away with cutting in line. Technically not doing anything illegal, but everybody and their cat knows something shady is going on. So they're very careful with how they offer these extra services. So even when you get them busted, providing anything illegal is like trying to catch a greased pig. Just picture that for a second. And even when they do get shut down, they often just pop right back up like a game of whack-a-mole. Meanwhile, the law is sitting there scratching their head trying to figure out what the heck is going on. With all that being said though, law enforcement does get lucky sometimes and they're able to bust these sketchy rings. Let's check it out.
A massage parlor in Chesterfield is in trouble after an undercover detective is offered sex for money. Police say they arrested 3 people in a sting at Ocean Spa Massage on Hull Street Road. Raven Brown is live at police headquarters with more on this undercover sting. Raven?
Well, Riley, this is the 3rd massage parlor caught up in an undercover police operation in recent weeks. Now, we know that a total of 5 people have been arrested, and 4 of them come from Flushing, New York. Police do say that that's a red flag.
The concern is that this does have a human trafficking aspect to it. And certainly one of the reasons we're involved with trying to look into these things, because that is a serious concern.
Chesterfield Police Captain Richard McCullough says the crackdown on massage parlors is far from over.
I think nationwide there's been some concerns with some of the massage parlors conducting illegal activity, and and trying to ensure that we, as the police department for the county, are keeping our county safe and the businesses are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
The latest sting happened at the Ocean Spa Massage at Hull Street Road, where police say a masseuse offered to perform sex acts to an undercover detective for money. 3 people arrested, facing charges that range from prostitution to keeping a body placed.
There are 2 components of human trafficking. We have the sex trafficking and we have labor trafficking. And sometimes when we're dealing with massage parlors, it actually is both. So sometimes they are forced to engage in the work, which would make it labor trafficking, and then to perform sexual acts after the massage, which would make it sex trafficking.
Those arrests came after stings at the Golden Finger Massage and Touch Point Massage for similar crimes. 4 of the 5 people in custody came from Flushing, New York. Police find it suspicious.
There's got to be the coincidence that they're all coming out of Flushing, New York. It's not coincidental, I should say. There's got to be a reason behind that. Figuring that out is a challenge. But yes, some of these women seem to be afraid to talk to us.
6 local massage parlors have reportedly been operating as prostitution networks. Police just revealed an extensive human trafficking operation in North Atlanta.
Yeah, these locations expand really across Roswell, and now 3 people are in jail for their roles played in these crimes. Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery is on Holcomb Bridge Road, where 3 of the searched spas are located.
This has all really been a joint effort between the Roswell Police Department, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, and advocacy groups. And it all sprung from them really enforcing regulations for massage parlors and spas.
The lights are on, but these spas are closed.
We're someplace that attracts a lot of visitors. And so with that responsibility and with being that beacon of light comes some of these ugly subjects.
The ugly subject at the front of this investigation?
Human trafficking is a heinous crime. And I say that it's often hidden behind closed doors. But it's hidden in plain sight. It's in our community. It's in our neighborhoods. It's behind the doors of what appears to be legitimate business.
Those businesses are these massage parlors that are closed for the foreseeable future. It's thanks to a 2022 Roswell City ordinance that undercover officers realized something criminal was happening at these spas.
Detectives began to increasingly notice connections between several spa locations engaging in criminal activity and their associated leadership.
Roswell police served search and arrest warrants at 10 different locations throughout Roswell, Sandy Springs, Johns Creek, and Atlanta. Now these 3 are behind bars.
This is not the city or the place or the county for this to occur.
As for the 20 victims of trafficking, police, the district attorney's office, and advocacy groups like Out of the Darkness are working together to get them in better situations.
We made sure that prior to doing this, not knowing how many women or victims we would encounter, that we had some place for them to go. And so we've been able to make sure that right now they do have housing, that they are being taken care of, that they're safe.
Roswell police believe that more arrests are going to be made in this case.
So as you guys see, massage parlors have really evolved into something unexpected, sometimes a little too unexpected. What started out as a place for healing has in some cases turned into something way more complicated. It's like that friend who always turns a simple get-together into a very wild party. Fun for some, but it leaves everyone else dealing with the aftermath. But hey, let's not forget about the legit massage therapists out there doing great work. They're just trying to help us feel better without all the extra drama. So just maybe next time when you hear somebody saying they're gonna get a massage, just think twice before making that happy ending joke. There is a lot more going on behind those doors than meets the eye.